Are you, are you going to agree? Our freedoms are waning and we'll lose our liberty, slipping one by one until there's nothing left to see. Are you willing to stand with me? Are you just going to let it be? The ranchers are first, but brother, next it may be me. We all stand together or we'll hang separately. Are you going to the tree? Are you willing to be free? It won't get any easier to regain lost liberty. Strange things are happening in this land that once was free. So, brother, I ask you, are you going to stand by me?
But, alright, back again. Okay, I think we got up to about Burns. Okay. So we had decided we were going to Burns. I'm not a rancher. I do have some ranchers in my family, in my, I guess you'd say, ancestry. Some of my great grandparents and they had ranches and stuff. Nothing to the size of what LaVoy and what Ammon and what the Bundys have. Nothing to that size. But they were, small time ranchers. But I didn't grow up in that lifestyle. So, I mean, I wasn't there for the ranchers. I was there for an American. I was there for standing up for somebody's rights. It's always more powerful to stand up for somebody else than it is to stand up for yourself, because of course you're going to stand up for yourself. But to see the injustice there and to educate myself even a little bit on it. Oh, and the thing that ties it all in together was Agenda 21. Agenda 21. Before, I couldn't see how all these things work together. They had to be individual problems. But when I started looking at Agenda 21 and I got investigating Agenda 21 a lot, I mean, on YouTube, on paperwork my friends have given me, different things that they show me that's in there that's just like, wow, and this is just black and white. This isn't a theory, guys. This is a conspiracy. And the Hammonds were at the center of that. That's part of their conspiracy, is to take away those people's rights and to take away our food supply. And so, although I'm not a rancher, although I don't really have any what you'd call skin in the game, I wanted to stand. I wanted to stand for somebody. I wanted to do something. I was so tied up in my problems, not understanding how to go through it, but I decided, you know what? We're going to go up there. So we went up there for the rally. As far as I knew, it was a protest. You walk down the street with your flags. You make your presence known. I wanted to be loud. That's why my truck was the way it was. I didn't want my face on the camera, but I I wanted to be loud. I wanted to make it known that people were there to stand up and that I was one of those. Well, rally went forth. I had lots of good conversations. I think a lot of the people there thought I was a local, because I talked to a lot of locals, probably 20 locals while we were in the protest. From one lady, I believe she was in the Navy, and she was like, I don't know, I don't want to offend her none, but I'd say in her 60s, probably 70s, maybe. And she walked that protest, guys. She walked. There's a lady in one of the videos that you see that she's down by the truck. That lady walked the entire protest. And it was real snowy, and I was slipping around on my boots, kind of being a little bit of a klutz. And that lady, she was actually trying to help me when I would fall and stuff, and I had to tell her to stop because I didn't want her to fall. It would be so much more damaging for her. But she didn't care. All she cared about was helping someone, whether that was the Hammonds or some klutz like me slipping and sliding on the ice because I was too stupid to go get my tennis shoes out of my truck. I didn't realize I had them up there for some reason. I packed them, but I didn't realize I had them. But anyways, those type of people were there, and I talked to lots of people. I mean, and I got to say mostly locals, but some of the people that were in the protest, talked to Pete, um, you know, um, talked to Brandon, talked to some of his guys, um, and I mean, I enjoyed it. But we come back, and when I come back, everybody's kind of going their different way, and they seem kind of in a hurry. I don't know exactly why. And we're deciding, that we knew that there was some place that we're supposed to be going afterwards. I thought it was the fairgrounds, but so we start to pull out, and some guy says, "So where are you going?" And I said, "I don't know. I thought we were going to the fairgrounds. Isn't that where everybody's going?" He's like, "Well, there's a group that's going there, but then there's another group going to some federal building." Okay, when they said federal building, what I pictured was some office building. I wasn't sure what was going on, so I went over and I asked a couple of different people, and I was very, very open and honest about that. I don't have any tactical training. I know how to use a gun. You pull the trigger, it goes boom. Um, they're scary if they're pointed at you. I'm not really versed in all the lingo. I didn't even know what a troll was. I had to have people explain that to me. Um, but and I'm called a troll sometimes. Whichever. I don't care. I'll express myself. But anyways, everybody was going different directions. So I go back to the fairgrounds. That's where I went. Me, my daughter, and my brother. Okay. Didn't know what was going on. Then when we're there, all of a sudden we hear this stuff, and at the fairgrounds after the meeting, there was all sorts of rumors going on. So it was fairly consistent with three people. So, supposedly three people were hurt, and then maybe there was three people that were kicked out of the FBI building. That was all that was there. To that there was nobody there. To that they went in guns blazing. I mean, it was all over the place, and I was scared. I really was, and there was a point. My daughter's there, and there was a point where I thought things may escalate actually between the Patriots, and so I got scared, and I kind of started protecting my daughter. Started standing in the way if something went down, that if the cops came in raided, or the because there wasn't an agreement on going out to the refuge. A lot of people didn't know about it. I didn't know about it, but that's not saying much. And so I was afraid. And I got to say, if you watch some of the videos, and if you see me over in the corner, my daughter is the one that I'm kind of pushing into the corner, and the locals are also doing the same thing. They are surrounding my daughter to make sure that she's okay. I mean, look at the love in there. I mean, it was so uplifting. It was so uplifting. I mean, if you guys can get out to a Patriot movement, check it out. It is awesome. I mean, it relieves so much stress. You're actually doing something. It may not be for your specific cause, but it's about government overreach. Isn't that all of our agendas? Government overreach, whether it's the Constitution, whether it's CPS, whether it's ranching, whether it's the Second Amendment, whether it's the Fourth Amendment, the First Amendment. We're all looking to get rid of government overreach. Pretty much, we're all trying to get back to the Constitution, to what our founding fathers want. And you could feel the love there. Even in all that turmoil, you could still feel it. And we talked to people, and after things calmed down, we talked to some people, and then I decided that I didn't know what was going on out there. I didn't come there for an offensive. I came there for a defensive. So I left. Me, my daughter, and my brother packed back up in my truck, and we headed back home. The whole time, my mind's going. By the way, I live about 3.5 hours or so, depending on road conditions, from Burns, and about 3.5 hours, 4 hours to the refuge, depending on road conditions, and deer conditions. But anyways, I came back, and I kept up on date with it. I educated myself on what really happened out there. What did they really do? And I found out nobody got hurt. There wasn't no 3 people that were shot or that were injured. There wasn't even anybody there. So technically, it only took one person to take it over, to occupy it. Because if you fight with no resistance, that's not a fight. That's just you pushing something over, right? So they just walked in there and took the place. Okay. We paid attention to it and we thought about going back up and checking it out. Me and my brother were talking back and forth. And if we did go back out up, then we weren't going to take my daughter, of course. But what got me going was a call that was made out when they thought they were going to be raided and everybody was going to be killed. I decided that I wasn't going to allow that to happen. And if it was going to happen, I was going to do my best to stand. So me and my brother got talking, and as soon as the call went out, we started to organize everything. I got a big family. He's got family. I got a pretty consistent babysitter. So I was able to get a babysitter quickly, but he wasn't. So it took us a while, and I like when I go to something, I've traveled a bit around, and when I go somewhere, I kind of want to try to take enough stuff to be comfortable, and if I have to be independent, I want to take enough food so that I can live. So we, at least for a couple weeks or so. So we cruised up there, and I better hurry this up. We're running out of time. But anyways, we go up there, and I stay outside the gate because I'm not sure the legalities of it. I don't want to mess up anything with getting custody of my sister's kids, and I'm scared. To be honest with you, I'm scared. The government had intimidated me into if I make a stand, they can punish me because they already had. So we stayed outside the gate for 3 nights, I think. Then, after getting some education, talking to him, I realized that there's really nothing that we were doing illegal to go inside that gate. All these media people are going. All these locals are going. I'm still scared, but I decided I'd go ahead and go down there. I need to go to the bathroom. And as I couldn't just go over in a bush, I kind of needed a chair for the kind of bathroom I needed to go to. But anyways, I went down there, and even more people are down there to talk to. More patriots, and I talk a lot. Anybody up there that met me can contest to that. And I don't hide a lot of things. I figured that be upfront. Sometimes people don't like you, but I'll tell you, in my life, and there's people who don't like me. But in my life, everybody who doesn't like me still respects me. They still respect my opinion. And because I'm straightforward, if I don't like you, I'll just, tell you. I don't go out to try to find you so I can tell you I don't like you. But if you ask me, I'll tell you. So, I just started talking with people down there, and it was very uplifting. These people were very loving, caring, understanding. I'm walking around saying, well, dude, I don't know nothing. I'm here to help. I don't want you guys to die. I'm willing to do what I can, but you got to understand my restrictions and the restrictions on my knowledge. I don't know enough to be strong like you guys are. I want to be, and please teach me, but I don't know. So I'm ignorant to all these facts. I need to be taught. I know that I need to make a stand, but I don't know. I don't know all the principles you're going off of, and I want to know. So they kind of gave me an overview and taught me some. So I went down to the chow hall thing, I guess is what they're calling it, and talked to people. I never